Hello and welcome back to Kiro's workshop. It's been over 2 years when back in January 2019 I made a Japanese doll inspired by the cherry blossom and I named her Kiyomi. Later in March in that year I decided to create her backstory. Two twin sisters fighting for good and evil. While Kiyomi represented rebirth, Tsunako was in charge of destruction. For me, Kiyomi was the spring spirit and Tsunako the spirit of autumn. In the comments, some people thought that it would be a great idea if I turned this into a seasonal series, so later in December I made the winter spirit. Last year I was not feeling inspired at all to continue with summer, so I dedicated my time to other projects, until I finally got an idea, making the summer spirit an accurate Japanese inspired doll. The others, to be honest, were a more mere product of my imagination. So I really needed someone from Japan to tell me what things were really representative about summer there. So I asked for help and Momo came to the rescue. But I'll tell you about this later. Let's begin with the video. Since autumn, winter and spring space is a Draculaura doll, summer will not be the exception. To begin with the face up, I'll start by contouring the face. Using a small brush, I'm packing some pink pastel underneath the brow bone, and with a larger one, I'm going to blend it. I'm also adding some shadow on the nose, lips, and decided to contour the bridge of the nose as well. With a larger brush, I'm adding some on the cheeks. Then, give some colors to the lips by adding green pastel. And off camera, I'll draw the eye shape. Later, begin packing up the eyeshadow. But since the brush was being a little gentle with the color, I decided to use a thicker brush. Tip: the stiffer the bristles, the more saturation you get. To add a little bit more color to the makeup, I added some yellow to the bottom lid. Seal the face again, and with an angled brush, I'll pack the green shadow, pulling it way back to the hairline. And also add a little bit on the brow bone. Later, with green pencil, I'll draw the lips. And now, with black pencil, I'll darken the lines of the eyes. Go back again to the green color and draw some graphic lines on the face. And also draw the shape of the brows. She is the summer spirit, so her face will be kissed by the sun. Using red pastel, I'm really packing up some blush on the cheeks, the forehead, and a little bit on the nose. Off camera, I'll paint this clear as white. Two of my spirits have their eyes closed, and Autumn has yellow eyes, so to give her a serene but deep stare, I'll draw them grey. And now I'll fill the graphic lines I made with this jade metallic paint. And well, as you can see, I made a mistake by moving too hard the brush, adding a random dot where I didn't want it. But hey, happy accidents. Let's make it part of the design. So I try to mimic that random dot on the other side. Once done, I'm going back to the program and fill the rest, including brows and lips. Off camera, I added some silver paint to the irises to give them more shine, and the catch lights. Now time for her to become a tree, using the exact same method with the other three dolls. Enlarge a root hole, insert the wire, twist them together to secure, and move it around to figure the position of the branches. And well, I'll do that a few more times. Once done, I'll use a moldable foam or air dry soft clay to cover the armature. All my trees have these twisted shaped branches, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'll continue filling it up and helping myself with a nail file to add wood texture to the clay. I'll paint the entire structure with this chocolate color. And off camera, I'll add some dried brush details with a lighter brown. I wanted this tree to be very earthy, so instead of filling it with flowers, I'll add tons of leaves. For this, I bought these green flowers, cut them to the center, and separate the leaves. And as you can see, I made a lot of this. And well, there's not much I can tell you about this process other than I spent like 2 hours gluing on the leaves one by one. And here comes the first Momo lesson. According to her, Asagao flowers are typical in summer. But since I wanted to keep the same line of flowers from the other sisters, I decided to cut the edge of the petals to resemble cherry blossoms, but keeping the Asagao colors, that most of the times they are blue and purple, but I also added some pink ones here and there. Now time for the clothes. This is the same kimono pattern I used for the rest of the sisters, but it is actually a terrible pattern. To be honest, I really don't know how this pattern worked to begin with. And it leaves the chest very exposed. So according to Momo, in Japan they usually use a yukata. It is easier to wear than a normal kimono, and girls use it then for summer festivals. And well, this pattern looks very different from the original one. Turns out that kimonos are actually very geometrical constructed. And it looks fabulous on this fabric. I made the waistband pink, and later sew this piece of white ribbon on the middle. To calm down those summer hot days, we need to create a sensu, or fan. To make this, I took a piece of paper, preferably from the corner, and began folding it, leading all the folds to the tip. Once done, cut the excess paper, unfold it, and there you go. Sensus sometimes have amazing designs, so to avoid having a lame white one, I'll stick to the cherry blossom theme and begin by painting some branches. And later with pink add the blossoms. And some flying petals here and there. Since our sensu has no grid structure, I take some tape, cut very thin pieces, and wrap up the handle. Once done, I'll paint it golden. Grab a needle and make a hole on the edge. Put a ring through it, and hang a tiny green crystal drop. It makes the stencil look very refined and delicate. This nature goddess needs more beauty, so I painted some plastic butterflies as chestnut tigers. The cool thing about it is that on the other side the plastic color shifts beautifully. And well, I just need to glue them randomly on the tree. FYI, I just painted 3 because I consider 3 as my lucky number. To finish everything, I took these sandals I once used for another project. But to be honest, they look horrendous, so I decided to keep her barefoot. I can't believe I finished this series, and I'm really proud of it. We now have the spring spirit, summer, autumn, and winter. Working with the same mold really helped me to create a cohesive group. Special thanks to Momo for helping me with my Japan research. Comment down below which one is your favorite sister. And well, that's all for today. But as always, don't forget to support the workshop by liking this video. Remember that sharing is caring, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, Kiro out!